1980s Soviet Ukraine. No matter how much money we had growing up, it was never enough. No matter how safe, it was not safe enough. This is how we ended up in the middle of Wisconsin. The only Russian kids for hundreds of miles, not to mention the only Jews. Well, that and my great-aunt Rachel happened to live in Wisconsin, and since she sponsored us to immigrate, we had to come here too. That didn't mean we had to stay. Papa!
What?
I grab his phone out of his hand, stopping him from typing instead of looking at the road. I catch what I think is an email header from a law firm. Without looking at it again, I put the tiny machine into the cup holder with 2 fingers, as if touching it will spread some disease I don't want. People crash from doing this every second of the day, I explain. It's the first iPhone I've seen in real life, and something about it gives me the chills. Or maybe I've been spending too much time among the Israeli Orthodox.
Maria Pavlova.
My dad rolls his eyes, his use of my full name and patronymic inducing a slight cringe. No one ever calls me anything but Masha.
40 years I driving.
That was before Steve Jobs. I explain. I cover his phone with my hand so he can't retrieve it. No way I'm going to die on Highway 43, surrounded by dried-out empty fields and fireworks warehouses. These things are dangerous. Trust me. In 20 years, they'll call it a plague.
Plague?
My dad laughs.
Боже мой, you sound like your sister. It's 2008, Maria. Soon cars drive themselves. If you don't use all tools at disposal,
then you're always going to be at a disadvantage. I know. I finish. The thing you always forget is that tools can also be weapons.
Oh, I don't forget.
He shakes his head and lights another cigarette, his expression dark again. Watching him chain smoke like that, I feel myself get worried for the first time since he called. Or maybe it's the familiarity of the drab Wisconsin roads, all that flat, dry land, punctuated only by strip malls and convenience stores. The sight of it produces an agitated feeling in my gut. Only then does it occur to me I could have said no to coming back. But my dad had been so riled up. It was Shabbat, so, like most of Israel, our phones had been turned off, that I'd automatically agreed to everything he said. There's a German adjective for this, fisselig, which means flustered to the point of incompetence as a result of another person's direction. If our phone call, admittedly our entire relationship, could be summed up by one word, it would probably be that one. That isn't entirely why I said yes. I said yes because my dad has never directly asked me to come home. Not once. He is not the kind of person to request favors. I'd done the unthinkable in a Russian immigrant family. Not only did I avoid becoming a doctor, lawyer, or engineer, I'd dropped out of college and left the country on top of it, the country they had chosen. I can't explain exactly why, but once my eyes saw the landscape of Israel, its ancient, dazzling architecture sprinkled across endless hills, the overly friendly young parents and bustling cafes sprouting up on pieces of land so old it's impossible to fathom. It was inevitable. I was, to put it simply, meant to live in Israel. As immigrants themselves, you'd think my parents would understand this, but it had proved to be the opposite, if anything. I turned to face Papa. So, what's the plan? I asked. Downtown flies past us, a measly constellation of skyscrapers split down the middle.